She's getting it. Again, it works. And again, I always come back to you cannot do better than God. He created all these, and something about eating food fresh in season is significant. There's a reason food shows up when it does. We just passed asparagus. I'm going to give you some reasons. This is huge. See that asparagus out there along the road? When does asparagus show up in your garden? Really early. What did early spring follow?
Winter.
When you had no greens and your body is craving minerals. And so your natural inclination is to get out and plant your garden because you want greens. And asparagus says, hello, I'm here for you. Now when you eat asparagus, what happens when you urinate?
Stinky.
There's this powerful mineral that nothing else does. Anything you eat doesn't do that. Only asparagus. Here's why. Asparagus sends roots in the ground 14 feet, not inches, 14 feet into the ground. They're pulling up mineral content that no other produce on the planet even approaches. And when does God have that show up for you? At the time you're the most mineral deficient. You think that's an accident or coincidence? Let's do tomatoes. Tomatoes, when do they get ripe?
No.
Summer.
August, September. You know when I grew up in Los Angeles, desert? Where's my friend from Los Angeles?
Right here.
Okay, yeah. You know, we got sunburn. Us white people, we get sunburn in Los Angeles all summer long, and our skin peels, and it suffers. There was no such thing as skin cancer in the 50s. Skin cancer did not exist. There was no such thing. And our skin is totally being abused by the sun on a regular basis. The reason we didn't suffer from skin cancer is because we ate tomatoes that were growing outside in full sun. They analyzed a sun-ripened tomato and they found 300 phytochemicals in a sun-ripened tomato. 300. And they explained how they worked. You ever look at tomato skin? You women. That skin is gorgeous. No bumps, no blemishes. I mean, it's beautiful. That tomato takes 100-degree temperature blazing on all day long and it never blisters. It stays gorgeous, unblemished. There's a phytochemical in tomato that protects the skin from blistering. You want to hear something scary? Today, skin cancer is rampant. You all know it. Everybody has it. Somebody you know has skin cancer. Today, all tomatoes are grown in greenhouses. All of them. A greenhouse tomato, they analyzed, you know what it had in phytochemicals? 50. 250 were lost with light going through glass because it interrupts photosynthesis. Connect the dots, people. And when does tomatoes get ripe? In August, September, when the sun's the hottest, when you need protection. You think that's a coincidence?
No.
So to buy tomatoes grown in a greenhouse that have absolutely no flavor, that are totally garbage in January is utterly stupid. You don't need them. And you know what's so cool about God? In climates where it's cool and there's not hot sun, tomatoes don't grow. They don't grow there because you don't need them. Are you hearing me? And see, all of the animals all around you, everywhere on the planet, are demonstrating and giving testimony that everything we need is provided right where we live, in season, and because of that, we never get sick and we live long, healthy lives. And we as intelligent human beings don't get it, and we import bananas, you know, to places where they don't grow, and eat this stuff totally out of season that doesn't fit, and we think we're affluent, and we're smart, and we can do this cool stuff, and we can grow stuff in greenhouses, when we're cutting our throats, literally. Because it's totally stupid and not good for us. And it's all this place of coming back to this incredible creator who designed everything perfect. Food, everywhere you live, you have exactly what you need in season to maintain perfect health. He didn't miss anything and nothing's lost. And out of your arrogant pride, you eat all this garbage and you're all sick because you're not paying attention. And it's so simple and so free and so available.
What do you eat in the winter?
In the wintertime, I have kale. I have garlic that I have saved left over. I have potatoes. I have a walk-in cooler where I have all these apples and pears all winter. I have cilantro, carrots, and beets, and my potatoes in the winter minutes. I don't have multiple course meals. Like I'll sit down to I'll bake potatoes in my wood stove, and I'm totally good. Or I have a salad of kale, and I'm fine. You see, when you eat, here's the insanity of a 5-course meal. The insanity of it. You see, meat is a protein. Potatoes is a carbohydrate. To digest those things require different elements, different processes, and when you mix them together, that really stresses your body out, and you're not getting adequate digestion of either. And you notice after you eat a meat dinner, what you do?
Meat dinner.
After you eat a good steak, what do?
Go to sleep.
You go to sleep.
Yeah.
You weren't tired before you ate.
If you're sleepy.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
It's so difficult for your body to digest this. It's taking all the blood to try to break it down that you're exhausted. All the blood that's maintaining everything else is all focused on breaking down this dead meat. This dead carcass you just ate. I'm just being real. And if you just, it does taste good. I'm with you. It tastes good. But your body's telling you, like, this is hard on us. This is a lot of work.
But that's not the natural taste. It tastes good because the way you prepare it.
Yeah.
If you just eat it without any flavoring, you wouldn't like it.
But all this produce you're eating here tastes good too.
Yeah.
So again, we could be trained. You know, I don't eat meat. I don't care less about meat because I just, you know, I like to feel good. You know, and it's just I don't.
do you eat for protein?
Protein. I'm so glad you asked. This is the lies you get in school. So you went to school and you believe you get protein from meat, right?
Well, meat and eggs and cheese.
Yeah. Because they told you there's 4 basic food groups. That was your training. But the Bible, the Creator who made it all, says there's 2 food groups. In the very first chapter, he makes a statement that I love how he heads it. And it says, and God said. He said all of it. All scriptures give my inspiration to God. And God said in Genesis 1, vegetables, fruits, and their seeds is what I've given to you for food. Now here's the insanity of thinking you get protein from meat. Ever look at the animals that produce the meat? A big buffalo, horses. Ever see the size of those animals and how fast they can run, the weight they can carry? Where are they getting their protein?
Grass.
Grass and water. And calcium coming from milk? Where are they getting to make those huge bones that can pack that weight? Grass and water. Are you getting what I'm saying? See, everything you're told in school are lies, and nothing in nature validates it. Can I tell you what's happening to my chickens right now? Because this has been a hot summer and things have grown so abundantly, my wife is having a hard time cracking the shells. They're getting so much calcium out of all these greens, the shells are hard to crack. I'm not giving them oyster shells. I'm not feeding them calcium. I'm just giving them stuff in my garden because it's too much and I gotta get rid of it because I want the seed. And you can't crack the shells. I'm just telling you, man, wake up. All of nature is screaming like, this is how it works. And all the stuff you're told in school are lies. You know what's so cool about God? So he knew you'd get lied to in school. God knew you'd be lied to in school, so he wrote the first chapter of Daniel. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
He wrote the first chapter of Daniel because you lied in school. You ever read that chapter? Here you got 4 teenagers, because Daniel's the prime minister 70 years later, he's the prime minister 70. So he's a teenager, so he's in his 80s. These guys come as prisoners of war to a foreign country because they're tracking with the owner's manual and paying attention to God. The people around them realize these guys are really smart. They're sharp. Let's bring the government, use them because they're really good. So Daniel gets there. I love his comment. I will not defile myself with this dead, corrupted food. So he goes to the guy feeding him and says, listen, would you give us vegetables and water? This food's no good for us. So the guy who had been to school says, oh, Daniel, you got to have 4 basic food groups. And if you don't get them, you won't look good. They'll take my head off. Daniel says, listen, let's be real. Give us a 10-day test. 10 days. 10 days. We won't die. And you examine us and connect the dots. Do you ever look at the examination? They were smarter. They were bright. I love the King James. It says they were fatter. They weren't obese. They had more muscle mass. They were more buff on vegetables and water than all this dead food. I'm just telling you, God put that there because he knew you'd be lied to in school. He wants you to reconnect to Genesis 1:29, where I told you, vegetables, fruits, and their seeds is your diet, not this other stuff. And it's there to connect us to reality. And see, everything you're taught in school, I'm telling you, are lies. And we've got to wake up.
You eat eggs.
Yes, because eggs are the most complete whole food that exists, and my eggs eat well. My chickens eat well. my eggs, I wish you could have them. Like, when you crack them, they stand up in the pan. They're dark orange, and the flavor is over the top. And eggs are the most complete whole food that exists, and I eat eggs all the time. And I can eat 6 at a time because there's no cholesterol in them. So again, it's just all these issues we have with messed up food. God didn't make them messed up. That's all been done to it by its corruption.
Cheese?
No, because it's a milk product and nothing in nature drinks milk after infancy. Again, nature. And when you drink milk and cheese, your nose plugs up, you get mucus, and you don't feel good.
No goats.
No goats. I think all that's, I mean, they have their place, but in my experience, I just don't do well with milk products. I just don't like mucus.
And drinks.
Grains, I like grains that are real, like oats, barley, canola, but wheat, corn, that kind of stuff, because they've been altered, they've been changed. They're not how God made them. And so I only eat the stuff He's made. And in moderation, you don't eat, I don't eat it every day, but again, I have so much food, I don't have time to get around to making any oats or rice or anything, because I can't even eat what I'm growing. So why do I go looking for something else? Like beans, oysters are great, but I can't get to them because I get too much. So it's kind of a fun challenge.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do you have a fridge in your?
I have a walk-in cooler where I store all my apples, and right now I'm getting boxes. And look at all the apples I have.
Wow.
And my dogs and me eat apples the entire year. Because those Honeycrisp apples are the most amazing keeper on the planet. They store in my cooler for the whole year. They keep the best. They're amazing. A cooler, walk-in cooler.